fortunate to be here. I love being here.
Well, I didn't always live here. I lived on the East Coast for a long time, and I moved here in like 1984. And my husband moved here a year before I did, and we weren't married then. And I told everyone, don't worry, he will come back, okay? Because his family's here. I mean, like, you do not move someplace because of the weather.
And where in the East Coast?
We lived in the Boston area at the time, and I lived there almost my whole life until then. And so then I came and visited, and then I moved out here, but I didn't sell my condo, and I gave my dog to my father, and I left my car with someone. I'm like, I'll be back. I just need to play this out and whatever. And then I got here, and it was like February, and I'm having lunch outside and the whole thing, and there was just this whole different, especially in the winter, vibration than there is in big cities on the East Coast in the winter, because it's just so dark and gloomy and cold and whatever. So yeah, people always ask me now, do you miss the Four Seasons and all that? I'm like, actually I don't. I'm like, it's so beautiful here all the time, and I feel so fortunate to be here. So I have worked my whole life up until a couple of years ago for an insurance company, and handling claims and just trying to work my way up and make the most amount of money I could, really. And I always thought that I was helping people handling claims and whatever, but I just didn't really get any real joy out of it. And so I sold real estate for a little while. I stopped working there, and I kind of picked the worst possible time to start selling real estate, and that didn't work for me. Now I work for the San Diego County Office of Education, and it's a whole different spirit, and I still handle claims, but I handle claims for the school districts. So I'm doing something all the time, I feel, that really does help people, and I'm part of an organization that really is involved in the community and involved in doing good things for the community and really trying to move in a direction that makes things better for San Diego and for the San Diego educational community altogether. I had started out with just a weight goal, and I knew that night that I was there that there was really so much more that I wanted to do, but the weight goal was really my first goal. So I had talked to Dr. Rob about having 2 different ones, and he's like, just work on one at a time after you get that one going. But I really feel that I've changed, that a lot of things have changed for me, that kind of ripple effect that you were talking about, just by changing a couple things in my life and being more aware of different aspects of my life and doing the neurofeedback a little bit. That I had some other issues that were really bothering me, and I was really ignoring them and kind of burying them, and for some reason this whole process had kind of allowed me to bring it to the surface, face it, take it on, and move on from it. So it's been a big weight lifted off my shoulders, which really has nothing to do with my physical body weight, and that's kind of what's happened for me.
Thank you for sharing all this.
How do you feel? What's going on with you? What's happening with you now?
I feel that everything in my life is a lot easier than it was. I think that one thing was just totally weighting me down. I couldn't move in any direction because I wasn't letting myself deal with that. And so everything is just easier for me. Everything, I was becoming really disorganized because I think it was just this thing that was scrambling everything up because it was definitely cluttering me up, and in every aspect of my life it was cluttering me up. And so in some parts of my life I've made big inroads in, and some I've made smaller, but I really feel in every aspect I've made some inroads into changing and bringing things around to the way that I need them to be.
Can you tell me your belief and pledge, please?
Sure. Because I am enough and I am balanced. I weigh 135 pounds or less, by January 1st, 2011. And that wasn't really like the right date, but was it you who was writing about dates one time, and I love numbers, so I like the 1111. It's kind of this thing in my mind, so that's why I changed it to January 1st, 2011. So that's me.